is going to talk about fish. And this sounds kind of random, but I'm thinking about this. When I was a kid, I watched an episode of QI, you know the show, the panel show? And in an episode, I think the thing with that episode was the letter F, fish being part of it. And someone, I think Brian Cox was on it, said there's no such thing as a fish. Like, the idea of a fish is just like, isn't real. Like, people used to call things in the sea fish because that's just what they were called. But no fish are actually related to each other. They're like, every species of fish has evolved separately, and they're all their own separate thing pretty much, and very few fish are actually like related to each other, or if they are, it was like millions and millions of years ago in the past. And like, humans have as much in common with a cod as a cod has in common with like a salmon when it comes to like their actual, like what they are, like genetically, you know, even though they both look like fish, they're not actually that related. So there's this idea that there's no such thing as a fish, and I've always kind of remembered that. And when I think about like, two things look the same but they're not actually the same, it's the same way. Two fish look the same but they're not actually the same. So a salmon and a cod aren't actually related, but they both look like what we think of as a fish. And there's loads of things like a cuttlefish or a jellyfish are called fish, but they're not fish. Cuttlefish is like an octopus, and a jellyfish is just like slime with legs, or whatever that is. And so, if no fish are fish, but when I say a fish, we all know what a fish is, then is there like a land version of that? Where like, no lish are lish, but if a fish was looking at us, would they think we're lish? Like, when I think of like the default fish, I think of a cod. You know, it's just like the drawing of a fish. When you tell a kid, draw a fish, they draw something that looks like a cod, right? So like, is there a land version of that? Which sounds stupid. But there might be, you know, like, but I guess actually really what my question is, if there's like a default fish and all the fish look like that when we draw them, what would like the default land animal be? Would that be like what is there the most of? Like, would that be something with it couldn't be something that stands up on two legs, because not many things stand up on two legs. So I don't think humans would be like the default land version of a fish. But like, maybe a dog would be, because when you think about it, like, dogs are on all fours, they're hairy. Most things on the land have hair or feathers. Or do they? Bugs exist. Is a bee a land one? Because they're hairy and they stand on all fours, but they fly. I'm asking the real questions here. That's what I'm going to say, really. Think about it. Comment below what you think the land version of a fish would be.